So I finished the main story of Spider-Man Miles Morales, and even did some goonerific swinging as well. Check out my YouTube shorts. And I just thought I'd give my opinion and stuff. I'm only going to talk about the important aspects like combat, stealth, suits, and all of the stuff people care about in the game. So, for number one, the suits. The suits are arguably one of the most important aspects of a Spider-Man game. Like, don't get me wrong, the swinging, the story, and the combat is very important, but you have to admit, the suits are a very important thing. And Miles Morales did suits nearly to perfection. Okay, maybe not to perfection, but pretty damn good. A lot of the suits have very well-made models. The only thing I have a complaint about is the animated suit that doesn't really look right compared to the rest of the realistic world, but that's not really a fault in the suit, that's just like, it's not supposed to be in real life. So I can't really say that's a fault in the game, but it looks amazing. And they're very unique too. Again, the animated suit is my personal favorite. It looks really fucking good. Sadly, there isn't as many suits as the first game had, but there are enough. Most of them you can get by just going through the story and shit, but a lot you gotta do random missions from the app thingamabob, the FNSM, I think, or by doing random things in the map. For the Uncle Aaron music shit, you get a Prowler suit, which is fine, I guess. Not a favorite, but not bad either. Now, number two, the story. Honestly, and I know this is kind of an unpopular opinion, it's not very good. Pretty much, the story goes, Peter Parker is on a vacation, and Miles' friend, Finn, who he hasn't seen in like a year or some shit, comes to Harlem and becomes a villain, named the Tinkerer, for a group called the Underground, and tries to get rid of a company called Roxxon because they killed her brother, I think, Rick. It's not bad, just very short. There wasn't time for the characters to develop or be fleshed out, other than Miles. Hell, you never even really find out anything about Rick, and it just feels rushed. And whenever you find out that Rick died, it doesn't really hold much of an impact. Same thing with Finn. I wasn't expecting to cry, but just didn't feel good. Number three, the swinging. The swinging in Miles Morales is, it's aight. It's really fun to swing, and the swing speed is faster than in the first game, but not super fast either. The animations are very cool, and the tricks are fun to use, and have a decent bit of variety with them. And the Venom jumps and boosts are amazing, and fun to mess with. Overall, better than the first game. In my opinion, Miles Morales did the Venom tricks better than Spider-Man 2, because if you hold down L1 you can get the electricity aura shit, and I really like that. Number 4, the combat. It's pretty much the same as the first game, but there are new gadgets. There's a remote mine and a gravity well. The remote mine is very self-explanatory, and the gravity well just pulls enemies together. Honestly, I prefer the gadgets from the first game, but there are new Venom attacks too. The Venom Punch, Venom Smash, Venom Jump, and Venom Dash. Wow, that rhymed like a fucking Dr. Seuss book. All of them are cool as fuck, and they make you feel like a badass. Seeing Miles kill a man in front of a family of 5 is just perfection. Number 5, the stealth. The stealth in this game is one of, if not the best parts, at least for me, mostly because of the camouflage. As someone who beat the game for the first time in spectacular mode, the camouflage was practically a necessity. Camouflage, as you could probably guess, just makes you invisible, but you can still attack in it, so it's kind of broken. Like, if you go into stealth and just go down into the map, you can just stealth take down anyone. And the other enemies usually don't get alerted by it either. But other than invisibility, the stealth is largely the same as the first game, except with those new gadgets, but it's still very fun to use. Number 6, and the final one. The map. The map is about the same size as it was in the first game, but it has way more interaction and stuff to do, thanks to the FNSM map, which in Spider-Man 2 was, in my opinion, worse. It feels more alive. It has more detail and shit, especially whenever you compare it to the first game. It's just kind of better. Overall, I'll give the game a solid 7 out of 10. Not bad, but definitely not better than the first game. But I did enjoy it. And, in my opinion, they should make another Miles Morales game, which is probably going to be Spider-Man 3, because Peter's too overpowered now. Subscribe and like, you Goonies and Goonettes!